this is Robbie Parker, and I'm going to be joined by the Porch Man, and we're going to be doing a review of the 2004 movie Walking Tall. So this movie is directed by Kevin Bray and follows former U.S. soldier Chris Vaughn, who returns to his hometown to find it overrun by crime and corruption, which prompts him to take the law into his own hands and clean up house and eventually become the sheriff of the town. So before I get into my part, I'm going to let the Porch Man do his part, so take it away, Porch Man.
Hey, what's up guys, Porch Man. Thank you buddy for letting me on. This collab of 2004's Walking Tall. Now this is my personal favorite movie with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Everyone has their favorite Rock movie. I think this one is my favorite. New McDonough was a really good villain. I particularly liked the casino fight scene was really good. And when he throws the thing at the glass and it breaks and New McDonough are just standing there. And this is a really good film. I also like the moment when it says your tail lights are broken as he smashes the brake lights. That was really awesome too. As Neil McDonough threatens The Rock with his life, that was cool. And I thought The Rock did really good too. And so did Johnny Knoxville. He was funny, especially when they destroyed the dude's truck. That was pretty damn funny, man. Oh man. And the main henchman guy, I forget his name, but he's been in a bazillion stuff. You know, the guys who got his truck destroyed. He was in X-Men Origins. He was in Abigail. He was in a lot. He was in, I think, Lost at one point too. I always can't remember the guy's name, but here, give me a second and I'll look it up. Kevin Durand is his name. Sorry about that. He does a great job in here too. This is one of the better remakes in my book, and I always love when at the beginning when The Rock is, you know, walking down the Midnight Rider, and it's just such an enjoyable flick. So I really enjoyed it a lot. It's one of my personal favorite movies that I love to watch. And I can watch it over and over and over again, and I still won't be bored of it. So I'm giving Walking Tall 2004 a 10. And thank you for letting me on, buddy. I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Thank you for joining me again, Porch Man. It was great to have you on here as always. I always enjoy collaborating with you. And So I think this is a really fun action movie. It's been one that, when it first came out and stuff, I had trouble kind of getting around to this one. I didn't know whether I would like it or not. It took me quite a while to watch it because back then I was just not really into action movies yet and everything. I like superhero movies, but I just wasn't really into straight up action movies, and this one was kind of a slower action movie that there wasn't a lot of it in there and everything, so it took me a while to come around to this movie. But now that I'm an adult and stuff, I really enjoy this one quite a bit. I think that The Rock gives a pretty good performance as Chris Vaughn. I don't think it's like Oscar worthy or anything like that, but I think he gives one of his better performances in this movie, and you can tell he's trying to take the role seriously, and he does a good enough job and everything. The supporting cast are all good too. Johnny Knoxville is funny and he kicks butt too and everything. He's good in this and everything. I'm not like the hugest Johnny Knoxville fan, but I don't really have anything against him either, but this is one of the better movies of his. Neil McDonough, I think that's how you say his name. He's really good in here too, as this character who was friends with Chris, and then he becomes the villain because he's like the head of the crime and stuff, and he's a pretty good villain and everything. And Kevin Durant is also pretty good too, as one of the guys working for Neil's character, and that they both have some really cool action scenes with The Rock and everything. Like they both hold their own fighting against him pretty well. And the action is pretty tame because it's PG-13, but it's still pretty good. I think that it's serviceable for what they were trying to do with this movie. And the score by Graham Revell is pretty good too. It's not like anything super great. It's not even one of his best scores, but it's still good and serviceable enough to the movie. And like I said, the story is pretty strong here to me anyway. Like I really was entertained by this one throughout. As far as my favorite moments go, the scene where he goes to destroy the casino and fight the guards after his nephew is given meth and stuff is just one of the coolest scenes in the movie. It's a lot of fun and everything, watching him destroy this casino and take down these people and everything. And my favorite part is when he's about to attack the guy, and the guy just gets scared and is about to run away, but he runs into the pillar thing and knocks himself out. Just absolutely hilarious. For whatever reason, I just love that part. But that whole action sequence where he's taking everybody down is just a lot of fun and everything. And the action in the third act is pretty cool too. Like there's some pretty good action scenes at the house with his family, and Johnny Knoxville and stuff is actually kicks butt pretty good in here. And then the stuff at the sheriff's station or the police station and everything in the jail, and The Rock having to, and his girlfriend having to survive the shootout and everything is a lot of fun and everything. And his big confrontation with Neil McDonaghu's character is really good too. So like I really like a lot of what they did with that, with the third act and stuff too. I will say that as far as negatives go, I feel like this movie should have been longer because it feels like they cut out half of the second act and everything. Like the trial that he goes on after the stuff with the casino doesn't last very long. It's only like 5 or 10 minutes long, and I feel like it could have been extended for at least another 10 minutes or so either way. And then I feel like there was some scenes missing too, because like it just cuts from the courtroom to him being sheriff, and I feel like there's a whole plot that is missing there because we didn't get to see him run for sheriff or anything like that. It kind of just happens and stuff, and I don't really like that. That's one thing that I've always felt dragged the movie down a little bit for me, is because I feel that there's parts of it that are missing and stuff. I don't know if it had a lot of production problems or what, but I feel like they could have added just maybe at least an extra 20 minutes to the movie, maybe 30 at the most, and it would have just made it a little bit better and everything. But aside from all that, I think it's still a pretty good movie. It's rushed and everything for sure. The pacing is really rushed in the second act, and it kind of goes from first act to a little second act and then into the third act and stuff. And I feel like they could have done better with the second act, but besides that, it's still a really entertaining movie. It has characters that you care about. The cast all work really great together and everything. And it's just a fun movie and everything. I do have a blast with it from start to finish and everything. I don't really hate it. I just feel like they could have added more. It could have had a little bit more added to it, and it would have been a little bit better and everything. So it has some awesome action when it does have the action in here, and then the characters are all really lovable. Like I said, Chris Vaughn is one of my favorite characters that The Rock played, and if he does decide to start going back and revisiting some of his older characters, this is one that I wouldn't mind seeing him revisit and everything. I think there's potential and everything with the sequel. I don't know what they would do with it, but there could be potential there. Even bring Neil McDonough back as the villain and stuff. Maybe have him trying to get revenge or something. I don't know. But they could make it like where he gets out of prison and stuff, and he's having to fight him again or something. I don't know. I'm not an expert on sequels, but I think that there is potential there for one. But yeah, so I'd say I'd give Walking Tall a 7.5 out of 10 and everything. I would have gave it a little bit higher if the second act was a little bit stronger, but all in all, I think this is a really fun movie, and it's my favorite one out of The Rock's earliest movies and stuff. Like, out of the first few years that he was starting out and everything, this is probably my favorite one and everything, which is crazy because as a kid I would have said The Rundown, but looking back at after rewatching The Rundown and watching this one, I definitely gotta say I like this one a little bit more and everything. But anyway, thank you Porch Man again for joining me, and I hope you guys enjoy this video, and have a good day, everybody. I just want to say thank you for watching this video and everything. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please like and subscribe and share this video with your friends and get more people going, help the channel grow. I really appreciate it. And thank you all, and have a good day.